As Afik has already introduced me, yes, I'm Aminath Adhala Rashid, and I feel really honored to contribute to this wonderful conference by MAP. So, the topic I wish to explore with you today is the transformative power of values and habits. But before going into what values and habits are, I would be discussing about what actually success means. For you, what do you think success actually means? In simpler terms, success, I would say, would be what your heart desires. What do you want to achieve in life? What are your goals for life? So these are different people have different things. To understand this question, I asked a 45-year-old single mother, and she said she wanted a proper to provide a proper life for her kids. She has two kids actually. And then I asked the same question to a 50-year-old male. He said he wanted to be an entrepreneur. And then, as a third person, I asked the question from one of my friend who is 38 years old. He said he wanted to be a millennial. So, do you see the difference? The difference is like we want different people want different things in life, and that's perfectly all right. There's nothing wrong in that. And the way we deal with it, the way we approach life, or the way we work for it is also very different. Especially if you compare it across generations, the difference is quite visible. So I thought it would be really interesting to understand the comparison, to compare our generation, the millennial generation, that is the Y generation, with the previous generations. The millennials are actually who falls onto the 1980s to 1990s. So I did this study with 50 participants from the millennials and 50 from the previous generations. So I know it's a very small study, and of course there will be the limitations attached to it because it's a small sample. But then what came out from the study was the previous generations are quite hardworking, quite resilient, patient, respected authorities. They are stabilized and also goal oriented. When it came to our generation, it was found that we get addicted to social media. We have good things also. We are technology friendly. We are very well educated. We give importance to education. That means we are highly competitive. But then there are things that we need to give a second thought about. For example, we are addicted to social media. We get impatient at time. We have to work on our self-esteem as well. What was more interesting was this study came very similar to what Simon Sinek has presented in 2018. Now, you must be familiar with Simon Sinek. He is a very famous American author, and he is also a motivational speaker. According to him, our generation is not only addicted to social media, we are addicted to so many different things. According to Simon Sinek, he says we get addicted to drugs, alcohol, we get addicted to, of course, social media, and we also sometimes get addicted, some of us get addicted to our work, and there are a lot of things. Or should I say, these are the things, there are so many things that distracts us, isn't it? So maybe because of all these distractions, we also get unfocused. We get deviated from our goals at times. And we also are impatient. That means we want a lot of things in a small frame of time, a period of time. So we become impatient. He was discussing about a teenager, which I would like to share with you. He said he knew this boy and he recently joined a company, and when he met him, he asked, "How are you, boy? How are you doing in your performing in the job?" And he said, I don't think I belong here. I want to leave this job. I think I should get a new job." And he asked, "What is the reason?" And do you know what he said? He said, "I am not making any impact." But do you know that he was there just months? So that's how impatient we are. And we, according to him, we also need to work on coping mechanism and our self-esteem as well. We get affected to a lot of we very easily we get affected to a lot of things, simple failures, pity issues, like for example, let's say breakup with girlfriend or boyfriend, coming second in a competition, or even let's say let me take a simpler example. For example, we upload a picture into our Instagram or social media, and we get very few likes, and then we are like, oh my god, nobody loves me anymore, what happened? So this is the level to which we get affected. Yes. Now, about our struggles, there are so many distractions, and there are so many things that distract us that we need to give a second thought about. And this pandemic has even hit hard on us. A lot of people have lost their jobs. There's no source of income. Families are trapped at homes, and then there are a lot of restrictions. So I thought this is the right time for us to help each other, support each other for uplift and uplift of mind. And then we should redefine our lives and redefine our purposes and values, and then start afresh to face the challenges of life. So I hope I'm able to do something on this perspective. Moving forward, the purpose, values, and habits. So why do we need a purpose? Perhaps the reason is, if we don't have a purpose, something like this might happen, which you see on the top left side of the slide. We might, if we don't have a focus, and if we are shooting, we might even shoot to the friend that just besides us, isn't it? Or we might be like a boat which is lost in the middle of an ocean. So that's the reason why we need to have a direction, we need to have a focus, we need to have a goal. So I'm not going to go into detailed definition of each one, but in very simpler terms, a purpose will be, what do you desire in life, your dreams and your hopes. And if you come to values, those are the moral values that will guide you through. Those are the ethical standards that you follow on achieving these things. Coming to habits, habits are your actions, your behaviors that will take you to these goals, and these has to be in line with the previous two. Okay, moving forward, why do we need to unleash the values? We need to unleash because there are so many things, so many hopes and wishes that we have, so we get confused at times. So I'm going to help you in this. I'm trying to, I would like to see how I can help you on this. So what I would suggest you to do is, first of all your wishes, all your dreams, all your hopes, bring it on as a list. Maybe you want to become a slim, you want to become you want to have a six-pack abs, you want to build your stamina, you might need a big house, expensive gadgets, cars, or maybe you want a beautiful wife, handsome husband, or maybe it is the education that you would prefer. Anything, write down everything in a piece of paper, and then break it down and bring it under different umbrellas, like health, money, education. These are the kind of umbrellas that you can choose. And then now the picture will be more clear to you. Now decide, what do you want most? What do you prioritize it according to what you want most here? So that will become things more meaningful and easier for you. Coming to values, what are values? Values are actually what defines you. Values are something that defines you and something that guides you no matter how the circumstances change. Now on this, Jay Stesson, who is also the co-founder of the Museum of Value, he once said that values are situation-independent decision helpers. Now let me give you an example. For example, however sunny, windy, or rainy a day is, A dedicated football player will always go for his training. A dedicated doctor will always go for his duty. A dedicated athlete will always go for his duty, for his or her practices. So now, even if you look at this pandemic situation, look at the doctors, the nurses, the police officers, the M&D people, all those who are working in the front line. Despite the situation, the riskiness in the situation, they all are at work because they are all dedicated and committed people. That's what defines them. So here, what I want to highlight is you think about yourself and you think how you want to be defined. When you are gone, long after you're gone, how would you like to be remembered? How would you want people to talk about you, or how would you want your kids to remember you? Do you want to be a criminal? Do you want to be remembered as a murderer? Do you want to be remembered as a rapist? Do you want to be remembered as a cheat? Or if you look at the other side of the coin, do you want to be remembered as an honest person, sincere person, moral person, loyal person? This is up to you. This is where what I'm saying is your goal is there. You decide. For example, you want to be rich, but you decide which values you are going to attach to it when you want to become rich. Moving forward, getting into habit. Now, getting into habit, even in a previous slide, I did mention that having a value or a purpose is not enough. You have to practically apply it into the real life, so into actions, so that your goals, you could reach to your goals. Now, here, let me share with you a very inspiring story. You might have heard about this mountain man. The mountain man is actually from a very small village in Bihar in India. His name is the mountain man's. His name is Dashrath Manji. This village was actually so underdeveloped that it didn't have even the basic facilities like schools, hospitals, and schools, hospitals, or even shops were not there. And for if the villagers had to get their basic needs, they had to cross a huge mountain and go to the other side of the mountain to get those stuff. So one day, Dashrath Manji's heavily pregnant wife, he was trying to cross the mountain. He wanted to give him food, I guess. So, but then unfortunately, what happened was this lady slipped and fell down. She was in such a horrible situation. She needed emergency treatment. But then the nearest hospital was on the other side of the mountain, which was 70 kilometers away, which almost took the whole day to reach there. But Manjeet did take her there, but unfortunately it was too late. She was declared brought dead. Manjeet was so taken aback by this incident that he set a goal for himself. The goal was he wanted to construct a road in between the mountain so that the villagers, no one else in the village had to experience what he went through. So he was so poor, he did not have any money, he was just a laborer, but he had very strong determination and he was very committed on this goal. So he took just a hammer and a chisel, and he continued with this determination and with the same spirit for 22 years. Can you imagine? The people in the village were laughing at him, mocking him, but he did not sat back. He continued with the same spirit, and Manji's firm determination led to a curved road constructed in the middle of the mountain, which the villagers later on used as a road, as you can see in the picture. So here I'm talking about a normal laborer. with no money, no power, but only determination and dedication, commitment were the values that he held off on. So what I'm trying to say here is he proved, he being just a laborer, he proved that if we hold on tight, if we tightly hold on to our values, uh, we will be and continue the effort. The end goal is guaranteed, even if it was to move the mountain. And what he focused on was the simple everyday effort. He had a sharp focus on the everyday effect. Every day he came out into the sun. Every day he continued breaking the mountain until it was done. So this is why I'm going to say that small acts, small behavior, small acts do matter. Those are the things that will ultimately take us to your goals. So if you want to be rich, having that goal is not enough. Even attaching that goal with honesty or perseverance, that's very good, but that's not enough. You have to have financial habits. You have to work hard for it. But then again, from here also you have to remember, good things take time. It doesn't come overnight. You have to continue consistently, repeatedly follow your habits. Now, I read a very interesting book called The Atomic Habits. Here, James Clear, an author, a very famous author again, he said every simple habit that we follow every day is like a vote that we cast for the result that we want in life. So, for instance, if we want to become rich, if like for example, saving money for one day or 2 days or for a week might not make us rich, but good financial habits and proper financial habits and work habits might, for years and years, might make us millionaires at the end. Even having a proper diet or exercising for one day might not make you healthy. It might not make you slim, but proper nutritious food, eating habits, and proper eating habits and exercise, proper exercise with dedication and with honesty. If we continue it for years and years, it can make you healthy and fit. Now, there's another perspective for it as well. Those small, simple acts that we continue without thinking of the consequences can sometimes lead us to undesirable outcomes. I'm talking about those small bad habits. Now, for instance, let's say unhealthy food, a pizza for a day, an ice cream for a day, and a cheesecake for a day might not show any visible difference in our body at the moment, in the moment. But if we choose unhealthy food over a period of time, then it may lead us to an unhealthy, unfit body, unfit person. It will make an unfit person. So that's what I'm going to focus here. And even about the entertainment is a good thing. Now, we are not asking you to stop entertainment. You have to work for your mental peace as well, because mental peace is also like a soul for food. It also keeps you moving. So it is good in a way. But what is not good is, like for example, take social media or the games that we play. 6 hours a day might not seem a big concern for us at that moment. But if it becomes a routine, imagine 6 hours a day might also mean 42 hours per week, 180 hours per month, 2,160 hours per year. This is enough for distracting us from the main responsibilities or relevant responsibilities and commitments that we have. This is enough for to bring cracks on your personal and professional relationships. So what I'm saying is games are not wrong. There's nothing wrong in games. There's nothing wrong in connecting with people through social media. What is wrong is the imbalance. What is wrong is making it a routine or getting addicted to it so much that you forget about other responsibilities that you have. So what I'm saying is our small acts, the behavior, those are the magnitude of our habit. Our end results or the outcomes are the magnitude of our small habits. So we have to think about it in a very responsible manner, because it is, of course, there are thorns in life, but passing the thorns is what makes us a winner. Anybody can walk in an existing path, but creating your own path, the one who creates their own path is actually the real winner. So for all the youngsters out there, what I wanted to say is, uh, let us you have so many responsibilities. Your spouses loves you, your spouses love you, your kids look up to you, your family depends on you, your companies trust you, and your nation needs you. So let us try to be responsible on what the small acts that we do, that we follow every day. Let us redefine our lives, our purposes, and attach a value on that, and let us consistently see whether our habits, our actions take us there. Because when when a normal laborer like Manjeet can, why cannot we? Our family also want a hero. Sees a hero in you. So let us all be the heroes for our beloved ones, and I hope that we all succeed in reaching to our goals. Whether it is the right direction, the small acts in the right way, for the desirable outcome, or the small habits, the small wrong habits, bad habits in the undesirable outcome. Which direction we choose, that is totally up to you, totally up to us. So good luck everyone in that, and I hope I did give us an insight on this topic in this perspective, and I hope it will be of help for you. Thank you very much.